Happy Monday. It's time for a book talk. We missed last week because we were out on Monday, which is always fun, but it means we didn't have a chance to book talk. But it didn't matter because I really only got 2 books read. I'm still reading the Outlander series. This is the one that I worked on last week and the week before. It literally took me 10 to 12 days to finish this. It's 1,150 pages long. No excuses, but that's a lot of book. And it's also kind of tedious at parts. There are pieces of the book where it's just history and names I should know from school, and so sometimes it's like picking up a thread and trying to figure out where you're at in your braid, and just when it gets really good over here, she drops that thread and she hops to the other side of the braid, and you're like, okay, but what about, I did that. I gasp at least 4 times in this book, just this weekend alone. I did finish it this weekend. Whew, man. Cliffhangers upon cliffhangers. Luckily, for the first time ever, the last book was available on Read, so I checked it out from the public library as an ebook, and I've already started. All summer long, I've been reading these books, and the next book, I was always like number 20 on 3 copies. So this one, at least, I can get straight to the finish. I mean, in the next week or 2, it's just as long as the rest of them. It's historical fiction, and I'm really enjoying it. We don't have all of them in the library. If someone wants to read them, if someone slogs through 1 through 3, we will totally buy the rest of them. But if you don't want something quite so hefty, we have other good historical fiction in the library, so come in and talk to us about it. We actually do have a rather robust collection of historical fiction. The other book I read this week was Secret Subways. I did not know anything about New York subways. Zero, zilch, none. As it turns out, I still don't know much about New York's current subway system because this subway, the secret subway, isn't the system they still use in New York. Because this subway was built and completed just moments before the stock market crash and the Great Depression. So you can imagine that funding for this project dried right up real quick. So the secret subway, even though it's not a functioning subway in New York, had a lot of great history about how things like that are made. And then at the end, they do detail how the other subways were made. So you do get some information about how current subways in New York were built, much differently than the secret subway was. They also talked about mob bosses in this, which I thought was kind of interesting. So we don't study that a whole lot in history. We don't talk about the seedy underbelly in history. We tend to talk about the battles and the wars and the leaders. So that was interesting to see that there's this whole system of corruption in New York and how the builder of the secret subway managed to get around it by making it secret. See? That's why that happened. That's why I did it like that. So this is a really good nonfiction book. It lives in the 300s if you're interested. We have lots of other nonfiction books about specific subjects, and if we don't have a book about the specific subject that you're interested in, talk to us. I know we have a suggestion box, and a lot of people make suggestions and then drop it right in. If you don't put your name on it, we can't get that book to you when it does come in. A lot of people are suggesting Game of Thrones, and they'll just put Game of Thrones and stuff it in the box. So we have Game of Thrones, and we could tell you that if you talk to us. Or if you put your name on it, we could call you down from class and be like, hey, you know what, I'll put you on hold because we have that series. So please, if you do make book suggestions anonymously in the box, if you seriously want the book, put your name on it because we can point you to it. If we have it in the library, we'd love to put it in your hands. So always feel free to talk to us about books and adding new books to our library. I hope you guys have a great afternoon, and we'll see you on Thursday.